Good morning, Vibrant Living Alchemists. Jean Catherine Carlson here, Vibrant Living Alchemist, and I decided to show up in my robe today just for fun because, after all, even though it's Tuesday, it's another day in shelter, yes? And I know I've been going around Facebook looking at what is today, March 97th, right? So here we are. And today, in our time together, I want to invite us to look at this big phenomenal event in a way that reflects, I don't know if it's a physics law. To every action, there is an opposite and equal reaction. And I was reminded by Tara Brock yesterday, good morning, Maggie. I was reminded by Tara Brock yesterday that whenever anything big, whenever we have something major happen in the world, a major catastrophe, and we've seen this over and over and over again, that there is the possibility, the potential for an equal positive reaction. So when we have big sorrow, there is big joy possibility. When there's big joy, there's big sorrow. So they balance each other out. That's the nature of the universe. So it helped me look at this possibility that this amazing time we are in right now on this planet is an opportunity to take a huge leap forward in our evolution. Maybe forward isn't even the right word. A big expansion in our evolution. And perhaps that's why the huge pause button got placed on the world, on our societies, because it's an opportunity to reflect. I've heard that before. It's an opportunity to be with and observe to the extent that we can, and we're able and willing to observe our reactions so that we can choose something different. So by that I mean, when we have a fear response, it's actually a fear reaction, and it's a very fast reaction in our brain because it's part of the old limbic system. Now, for those of us who are riding this wave as consciously as possible, there is a place, can happen right away or later, where we can hit the pause button and say, wait a minute, that was an interesting reaction. What would be a reaction that would feel better? What would be a response? Because when it comes down to it, and we've been talking about this ever since forever, that there's two ways that we can go, and then there's a whole range in between. Well, one is based on fear and one is based on love. And I've been talking about, let's stay out of the pandemic and fear, recognize when we get caught on it, use our tapping tools to calm us down, and then choose the love path. And we're all going to unconsciously, or maybe even sometimes consciously, choose the fear path. That's part of being in these bodies. That's part of being human. So that's fine. It's just a matter of, if we want to continue to be leaning in the direction of love and continue to build the muscle of having a more thoughtful, more, skillful response to things, then we need to pause the automatic. And maybe that's part of what maybe this is a whole big nervous system reboot for the globe, for anyone who wants to participate. And I know I've been participating in that for a while now, rebooting the nervous system, and this is another opportunity. One other piece before we tap that I heard from Abraham, Esther Hicks, who channels the consciousness Abraham, what I heard was that we humans love stories about how somebody overcame immense obstacles. We don't tend to put on our big screens stories of the of the mundane. Oh, that was a nice thing. That little old lady and all the nice things that she did, wasn't that sweet? Or, the I don't want to say good girl, but the person who just lovingly makes a difference all her life, but just doesn't make it to the big screen. Those nice stories don't seem to grab our attention as much. So Abraham was saying, so what if part of the big problems that you create in life are so that you can find solutions, and we go, yay, I found solutions. And I'm still kind of pondering that. So I'm just dropping a seed there for you to ponder also and see, what do you think about that? I'm not sure, but I see that there is a potential. What I do see is that when I think of all the movies, you scroll through Amazon Prime, or you just think of all the movies, and you count the movies that are about disasters and overcoming disasters, there's a lot of them. So that energy has been in our collective consciousness for quite some time. And here we came up with a waking life collective drama. I think it's very fascinating. So I think it's time to tap on that one. And today I titled it, it's Tuesday. I was blanking on what's entitled today. Well, it's Tuesday. It's any day, but Tuesday is time for tapping, and I like that it starts with the same letter, so why not? And then I thought, tapping is one way to be able to, the terrible, well, things are so terrible, that's the fear root. Things are terrific. Maybe it doesn't have to be quite that extreme, but things are okay. Things I could choose to see things as terrific right now. I've got this time, I've got opportunities that things are changing. I get to participate in this planetary evolution, time and evolution. It's pretty cool. So I can choose terrible, terrific. And if you feel into it, which one feels better? I know that for me, feeling terrific, or the idea of feeling terrific, sounds better to me, feels better to me than, things are terrible. You can just kind of even feel that. So let's just feel into where you're at right now. I'm actually going to ring the bowl here, and let's take a breath. Go down to the bottom of the breath. Feel into where you are. Yes, so we create challenges and drama to develop solutions. On the one hand, what I put as I feel into that, as I see your comment, Maggie, and feel into that, I think it's a part of our creative nature to want to have, like, oh, let's see what we can put together now. And I don't know if that part of us will change. Could we create instead of dramatic, over-the-top world wars, viruses, the end of the world apocalyptic kind of thing, is there a way to develop something created around creativity to find a solution for? I don't know, but I do have a feeling that it taps into our desire to be creative, and both on the creating the issue and then creating the solution. I think it's quite fascinating. We'll see where that goes. We'll see where it goes for you over the next few days. So here we go. Ring the chime. Breathe in, come to the bottom of the breath, and then we'll see where that pause leads us into tapping. Breathing in and releasing. And there's that silence at the bottom of the breath. And from that place, let's do a little tapping. Feel into what's there now, and if you're on live, feel free to type in what you're feeling right now. You might even say, over the last 24 hours, what's the range you've been feeling? Because I know we're riding the waves, and the waves come and the waves go. The range of emotions is quite profound. So let's see. Take a sip of water. Let's see what comes on the karate chop, and repeating after me. Oh, and I do touch my face, so if you are concerned, please make sure you use hand sanitizer or have washed your hands. Take full responsibility for your well-being. Here we go, on the karate chop. And repeating I'm human. And I'm feeling the whole range of emotions. And sometimes I get caught in the darkness of all this. And I choose to love, honor, and accept all of me anyway. And again on the karate chop, even though, yes, I'm human, and I have to admit, I kind of enjoy movies that talk about overcoming obstacles. But I don't really like them in my life. And I want to love, honor, and accept all of me. And one more time on the karate chop, even though there's all this drama in the world, and it's easy to get caught up in it. And I choose to love, honor, and accept all of me anyway. And shaking that out. On the beginning of the eyebrows. All this drama in the world on the outside of the eyebrows. And I'm a part of it under the eyes, because I'm human. Under the nose and on the chin. So I get caught up in the drama. And on the collarbone. And that does not always feel good. On the wrists. As a matter of fact, sometimes it feels terrible. And on the top of the head. And then sometimes the whole world looks terrible. And on the beginning of the eyebrows. And I don't know what to do. On the outside of the eyebrows, I get kind of stuck in terribleness. Under the eyes. I get stuck there and I can't get out. Under the nose and on the chin. And eventually I remember to breathe on the collarbone, or tap on the top of the head, or walk in nature on the beginning of the eyebrows, or talk to a friend on the outside of the eyebrows, or watch an uplifting movie under the eyes, or have a wonderful piece of chocolate under the nose and on the chin. And then I remember on the collarbone, wait a minute, on the wrist, not everything is terrible. Not everything is terrible. On the top of the head right now, on the beginning of the eyebrows, it's spring here in the northern hemisphere. On the outside of the eyebrows, the birds are singing under the eyes. The leaves are growing on the trees under the nose and on the chin. Nature is regenerating. And on the collarbone. So why couldn't I regenerate too? And on the wrist. I could restore and regenerate my nervous system. And on the top of the head. I could open up to new possibilities right now and feel closer to terrific, if not terrific yet. And shake that out. And just feel into that and see how your body feels now versus when we started tapping. Sometimes there's just an expansiveness. I can feel like I'm sitting a little taller. I feel some energy in my body. That creates space for something new. So let's see, where do we want to go now? let's do this. Let's go ahead and put the left wrist into your right hand. Wrap the fingers around. I'm just showing you how to do it. You don't have to hold your hand up like that. And then squeeze gently, sort of mimicking the heartbeat. And let's do this. Repeat after me. Let it go. Let go of the desire for drama. Let go of needing drama to show myself I can get solutions. Let go of needing an excuse to enjoy creativity. Let go of needing an excuse to enjoy creativity. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And then breathing in, and on the out breath, hands on your lap and say peace. Peace. So remember, as you go through this, as we go through this, that when we forget and we get into drama and we fall into fear, because it will happen over and over, and that's okay. It's simply a way of building the muscle, and fear is a natural, God-given response to keep us safe. So there is nothing wrong with fear. We simply get to refine the way we experience it in our lives. And that's the gift of this time. We get to refine the way we experience it so it doesn't hijack us, and yet we get the message that it's giving us. And that is, I think, part of what we're about here on this planet right now. So as you go through this, as we go through this, and we fall into that place, we get hijacked in the moment, and we come back, then we get to also watch how we treat ourselves about having fallen into fear. And that is bringing back around our Ho'oponopono practice to remember, it's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. This is part of the process. It's the way things work. We forget, we remember, and then we can be kind and gentle or judging. So I think that's part of the whole process we're working on. Feeling the fear, letting it go, returning to kindness, then seeing how we treat ourselves, and if we need to add more kindness there, we do, and it's rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat. Maybe, probably dozens of times a day in these times, because we go minute by minute. At any rate, thank you so much for being with us and me this morning. And I appreciate you. I appreciate your journeys. And I love that we are boldly taking steps to open the possibility for a potentially positive change in the world, as the virus has made it seem like there's this negative thing going on. So for every big thing, watch for and participate in the big positive direction. We'll take the bounce and go there. All right. Have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so I will be more like around 11 o'clock or noon tomorrow to look at my schedule and see what I've got going on. I know I can't be here at 8:15 in the morning, so I will see you tomorrow, and we will continue on this journey together. Thank you.